welcome to my How to Become a Better Cuber series. If you haven't already seen the other videos in this series, check out the playlist in one of these corners. If you would like to join my online Rubik's Cube cult, make sure to fist bump the like button or high five the subscribe button. I mean, what? Let's get on to the video. 584 breakdown, let's go. As always, the scramble will be above. A couple comments on this solve. The scramble was relatively easy, so I was able to take advantage of that. And there are some things I may have done differently in this solve. It's obviously not guaranteed as to whether they could have helped, but I will note them throughout the walkthrough of this solve. Yeah, so for this one, it is pretty easy, obviously, just by looking at it. There's a 2x2x1 block here, and the green and blue cross pieces, and at this point, it should be pretty clear that I'm talking about yellow cross. They are solved relative to each other, so if I do an R2, these two will be solved relative to each other, and the yellow-orange is really close to where it needs to go by just doing an R. And at this point, I knew that this edge was going to end up here, and that this edge was going to end up where it goes, so that was going to be my second pair, and obviously the first pair is going to be this one, which is going to stay preserved as I do my cross. So from this angle, with blue in front and yellow on top, I did R2, which solves these relative to each other, D prime, which solves them to their centers, and then again my first pair is going to be, where's the edge? Here, this one, and I fix the cross by doing L R prime, which solves this pair, solves this cross piece, and this cross piece, and as I said before, this is going to be my first pair. In which case I did a rotation, and these two, since these are the same color, I can pair them up with R U prime R prime, and then just insert as normal. And as I'm inserting this, I can see that this is going to be my next pair, and obviously this is going to be my last pair. But I can just track this one while I'm inserting this one. So I know that the pieces are going to end up like this, which allows me to directly, as I insert these, to directly go into pairing them up, L prime U prime L, and pairing them in the back. And since I know that this is going to be my last pair, I can quickly rotate and pair them up. So since these are both blue, you can just do R U prime R prime, and then insert the pair as normal. Here is where I made a slightly questionable decision, though reflecting on it now, I'm not actually sure if it would have made my solve faster. But anyway, summary is what I did a U, U, and then this normal OLO, whereas what I should have done, since this is one of the easiest OLO cases to recognize CP for, I should have done a U2 or whatever to get it at this angle and do it at this angle, which would have solved the corners for me. If I do it at this angle, which I did, I'll get a diag PLO, in this case a Y perm. And if I did it at this angle, I would get a corner solve PLO, in which case would be a Z perm. And honestly, I'm not sure about my execution times between the two, so I don't actually know if it affected my solve, but we'll just go through what I did. So from here, I did that normal OLO, and this gives me a Y perm, so I did a U2, Y perm, and U prime for AUF. So I'm not actually sure if getting a Z perm would have improved that solve, but that solve was pretty good. It definitely helped that there was a 2x2x1 block, but I was able to take advantage of that and have a pretty good solve. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the walkthrough, hope you saw something cool or learned something cool, and I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, and subscribe for the latest content.